Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character extruder by me. So let's get into it. Child. Child doesn't expect to see you crying like this. He doesn't know the reason, but as soon as he sees you, he's by your side in an instant, wrapping his arms around you and hugging you close, asking what's wrong. And then you tell him. You tell him everything that's bothering you. Even though you felt like it was insignificant, he still listened, holding your hand gently and squeezing it, telling you not to worry and that everything will be alright. And at first, you don't get why he's so confident. But next day, when you go to work, because of the problems you had there, you actually see that they're all gone. Your boss isn't bothering you anymore, which was kind of weird. But then you realize that child had a lot of influence. And it was not too far off to assume that he made something happen. You were not going to complain though. Perhaps telling him earlier would have solved all your problems. But you don't want to take advantage of this. Not really. And for the most part, you were just happy to have him. Even if all he could do was offer you a hug. Albedo. Albedo is extremely gentle and kind and nice. So, what exactly happens when he sees you just stop working and crying instead? He puts everything on pause, literally, and goes up to you, asking you what's wrong. And at first you don't want to bother him, telling him it's nothing and you just got something in your eye, and that he could continue working. He just shakes his head, because he can see right through you, and makes you sit down, holding your hand gently, and asking you once more to tell him what you were going through. And the least he had deserved was for you to let him know, because he wanted to make you feel better, and he can't make you feel better if he doesn't know what you're going through. Eventually, you just give in and tell him what's wrong, and he just holds you, having you sit on his lap and cuddling you close, kissing you, and promising you he'll do everything in his might to fix whatever you're going through, no matter how difficult it may be. He genuinely cares about you and wants to make everything easier, just so you wouldn't cry again. Because seeing you cry really tears his heart apart, and he would never want to see you sad under any circumstance. Venti. Venti has been a very good person, and he knows very well how to deal with children crying, but he's never had a girlfriend, and he's never had a girlfriend cry before. So seeing you cry for the first time was a little bit nerve-wracking, because he didn't know how to deal with it. So he just held you, concerned, and then quietly asked if you wanted to talk. When you shook your head, he respected your decision, kissing your forehead and stroking your hair gently as he held you. He didn't rush anything. He knew that you didn't have to tell him if you didn't want to. And basically, what came first was you feeling better. And if that meant that you didn't want to talk right now and only wanted comfort, then he was going to do just more than offering it. And if you wanted to ride along with him, see the stars, and float above Mondstadt, or even the entirety of Tevat, then that could be arranged too. Though he didn't know if Dwalin would want this, but certainly he could bargain something with him, even if it meant singing him a song on the trip. He would just be laying in Venti's lap as you floated above cities and landscapes. Venti's voice soothing you and making all your bad thoughts go away. And when you were rested enough, he could talk to you and ask you what was really going on. He was patient, and he was also willing to give you time to say things on your own terms. Kazuha. Kazuha would know very well how to deal with you. He has dealt with a lot of people in traumatic situations, so this would be kind of a little bit new to him, but he would still know how to function in those kind of circumstances. He would just hold you close, asking if you wanted to talk to him or if you just wanted comfort. He didn't want to offer you the wrong type of comfort because sometimes he knew that all people wanted was someone to hold their hand and give them a shoulder to cry on. And that was truly what you needed, and he was going to offer it. And after that, he brought you something to drink, to make up for all the crying that you did. And the two of you talked things through, Kaza comforting you and trying to find solutions for your problem. Whatever problem you were having was automatically his too, because the two of you were more than just partners. You were one, two halves of the same whole. Scaramouche. Scaramouche is really confused and panicking on the inside. He's cried a lot, but he's never experienced someone giving him comfort. So, at most, what he'll know to do, since this was his first time dealing with this, he would just hold your hand, quiet. And you could see that he was not accustomed to this, clueless, entirely so, and he would give you kisses on the cheek. Nothing too intense or intimate, just something to let you know he's there. And once you're done, he'll let you talk about it, trying to find ways to solve your problem. But honestly, most of his solutions involved murdering someone, so they were not entirely that friendly. So he had to let them go, telling him it was not that big of a problem, but he just insisted to be with you for today, to comfort you and make sure you're alright. He was sweet like that, even as clueless as he was. Xiao. Oh, Xiao would have no idea how to deal with this, but he would offer to hug you, telling you that he wants to hold you close, and that you don't have to cry again, because he's here, and no problem should make you this unhappy. He was going to fix whatever it was, he would say, and promise you that he was going to find any solution that would make you happy if you stopped crying, but he would still hold you all the while, stroking your back and cuddling you close to him. He just hates to see you cry. He never wants you to be sad again. And after, he makes you promise him to tell him of a problem as soon as it happens, if you feel like it's gonna upset you later, because he wants to fix it. He doesn't want you to be upset, and if he had something to do about it, then he was going to do more than just do it. He's like that. What a sweetheart.